Sir Donald Bradman was the most iconic player to ever play this beautiful game of cricket and is a national hero of Australia. Has unbelievable records to his name and numerous people around the globe consider him as the greatest player of all time. But was he really as good as he's made out to be? Would he have scored with the same average if he was playing in the modern age? Or simply, is he the most overrated cricketer ever? Hey guys, what's up? It's Cricket Stories and we are back again with another video, and today we are going to look at why is Sir Don Bradman the most overrated player in cricket. But before you hit that dislike button and call me an idiot in the comment section, I just want to say that I'm in no way trying to disrespect Sir Don Bradman or the impact he had on cricket. So just watch till the end of the video before you start all the hate. So with that being said, let's get started. As far as I can recall, the idea that Sir Don Bradman was the greatest cricketer of all time is just assumed by everyone and no one really questions why. Whenever the names of Sachin Tendulkar, Sir Vivian Richards, Brian Lara is brought up, Bradman seems to be the benchmark for comparison of these players. Great players like Ricky Ponting say that Don Bradman was the greatest ever. But by the time Ricky Ponting was born, Don Bradman had already been retired long time back. So the question is for all of you. How can someone be regarded as the best when you haven't seen them play? Even the clips of his batting are rarely available. So in order to investigate why is Sir Don Bradman so overrated, we start with his unreal outstanding statistics in Test cricket. An average of 99.94. I have been thinking since the day I got to know about this record that how is it even possible to maintain this kind of average in Test cricket? I did some research and here is the list of top 10 batsmen who have the highest average in tests. And the major difference is that 8 out of 10 batsmen have a career span that ends before 1970. And I should tell you that the first ODI was played in 1971. This shows us what impact ODIs have had. One of them is that in the post-ODI era, batsmen had to continuously change their batting style in order to adjust to different forms of cricket. Experts do agree that players who continuously switch between tests and ODIs have impact not only on their batting style but also their overall temperament. In the case of Sir Don Bradman, he did not have to switch between two formats and continued playing tests without any problem. It's no surprise that the nature of cricket or any other sport, just like every other thing in the world, increases in quality as time goes on due to technological advancements, better understanding and new styles of play being invented. And as time passed by, bowlers started to learn different techniques like reverse swing, slower ball, off-leg cutters, etc. And I highly doubt that the bowling attacks he faced were as diverse, fast or skilled as those encountered by modern cricketers. But to be fair, Sir Don Bradman was a generational talent that no one had witnessed before, playing the game with so much aggression that startled everyone. In fact, his style of play has inspired generations of cricketers and fans around the world. However, a good question you should ask yourself is that, could Don Bradman actually produce the same stats against bowlers like Richard Hadlee, Malcolm Marshall, Glenn McGrath, Kapil Dev or any other great bowlers that came long after his retirement? Former Australian fast bowler Rodney Hogg even said that it was easier to bat between 1920 to 1950 and Don Bradman would not have achieved the same stats in today's game. I somewhat agree with him. I mean, try naming even a couple of elite bowlers in Bradman's time, and if you cannot, go ahead and hit the like button. On to my next point. If you look at the countries he has faced, we will see that he played most of his matches against England. Although his records against India, South Africa and West Indies has been outstanding. He has played just one series against each of them. Normally, a player is judged on the basis of his performance against a bunch of teams, but clearly this has not happened here. And I personally believe that he has not been tested against proper spin bowling as the only series he played against India was at home. In addition to it, he hasn't been tested against the harsh and demanding conditions of India, Pakistan and West Indies. Bradman's exceptional record was partially due to the advantage of playing on home soil in Australia for the most of the series, where pitches and conditions were familiar to him. Nowadays, players like Virat Kohli, Steve Smith and Babar Azam have to score runs home and away against 10 oppositions to prove everyone that they are among the best. Sir Don Bradman was out of the world during the 1930s as he destroyed the bowlers with his explosive batting. But in his career of 20 years, 6 years went away in Second World War, so it leaves us with 13 to 14 years of cricket, in which he played just 52 matches, meaning only 4 to 5 tests per year. So all in all, if we compare it to the amount of games a cricketer needs to play today, and the fatigue, the pressure one has to go through nowadays is much more than Bradman's era. So clearly, Bradman had an advantage here. In all honesty, it seems to me that older generation talking about Bradman as the greatest ever has just passed down and blindly accepted by us. Another point is the fielding that was set up in Test cricket. A Test match field would have 3 to 4 slips, 1 to 2 gully fielders in the covers, a fine leg and 1 to 2 on the leg side. As he had only played Test matches, he got the chance to exploit such fielding setup. Here is a photograph of the fielding setup during that time. The quality of fielding at that time is also a point of discussion, as very rarely have I seen fielders diving to stop a ball or chasing it like modern times. In fact, good shots were appreciated by fielders by clapping hands, and mostly if you hit a ball into the gap, it used to go for a boundary without any player trying to chase it. No players like John T. Rhodes or Ricky Ponting were there to stop the ball. And also, cricket back then was not a full-time profession. People had other jobs and played cricket part-time. While it affected both batsmen and bowlers, it made even hard for bowlers as they are more dependent on fitness. While the batsmen could sit and hit fours, bowlers have to be in top shape to run and bowl for 5 days, and many bowlers at that time could not hit the gym like the present bowlers do. Sir Don Bradman transformed this beautiful game and brought it into a whole new level, bringing even more popularity and interest in the sport. I think we can say that Sir Don Bradman is the grandfather of cricket, and you, as a cricket fan, consider him as the best simply because of all of this. And don't get me wrong, Bradman was the most dominant player of his generation, scoring 6,996 runs in only 52 matches, with an average of 99.95, scoring 29 centuries and 13 half centuries. He has scored the most runs as a captain in a series with 810 runs, hitting most fours in a Test series with 46. He is the fastest player to reach 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 and 6,000 runs in Test cricket. He is the top run getter in Test cricket with 974 runs and has most double hundreds in Test cricket with 12. And finally, was named as Wisden's Cricketer of the Century. Anyway, the purpose of this video was to inform you guys about some of the misconceptions surrounding Sir Don Bradman's career, and basically tell you that why I believe Sir Don Bradman is the most overrated player of all time. But again, I just want to say that I'm in no way trying to disrespect the legend and what he has done for the world of cricket, because Bradman was an exceptional player who truly changed the game. It's definitely not a bad thing if the coming generation is inspired by him and want to know more about this legend. And talking about legends, if you are interested in knowing how good was Sunil Gavaskar, click on the video being displayed on your screen. Thank you guys for sticking till the end of this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more exciting cricket content. Until next time, keep loving and playing this beautiful game. See you soon.